I think it's incredibly hard to find anyone in this world who has an idea about Elon Musk. That guy is super successful, incredibly rich, inventive, charming, and has an unsurpassed sense of humor. In addition, Elon is an idol and role model for many people. It even seems that there were too many words said and articles written about him. In our today's video, I promise to tell you the most interesting yet little-known facts about Musk. Have you ever thought that Elon is a man from the future, sent to our time to change the world? You will find out if it is true or not by watching this video to the end. We know that dark spots can be found even in the sun, so Elon Musk was not an exception. His PR team has done a lot to create an image of an impeccable genius and a self-made millionaire who got rich solely thanks to his own ingenuity. It turns out that not all the ideas were invented by Elon Musk himself. Musk is often called the founder of Tesla, but he is not. Few people know that the company was founded by Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning in 2003. The idea to create an electric car came to Eberhard back in the 90s of the last century, when he worked for General Motors and faced the problems of existing electric vehicles. They started to work on the project together with Tarpenning, who was his colleague at another company. Together, they founded Tesla Motors. Already in 2004, Musk invested a significant amount of money in the company. A few years later, Elon began to make decisions on the development of the company on his own and eventually got rid of its creators. At the same time, SpaceX was created by Elon Musk. As we all know, he dreams of building a rocket capable of reaching Mars. Many people think that the brilliant Musk invents rockets himself, but this is not the case either. He didn't create any of them. Elon only had a dream and $100 million that he invested in SpaceX, but he had only a vague idea of how to achieve his goal. The brain and developer of the rockets are engineer Tom Murray and his team. At the same time, he has a unique gift to predict the most profitable projects. One of his latest and most promising projects is Neuralink. This company develops high-tech devices for the direct connection of the human brain to a computer. The main goal of the company is to create an interface between the human brain and computer technology that would allow people to receive information and control devices with their brains. In 2000, Musk demonstrated his technology on pigs, which were successfully connected to a computer through electrodes implanted in their brains. In the future, Neuralink plans to continue developing its technologies and possibly achieve their implementation for medical purposes, for example, for the treatment of patients with nervous system disorders. Elon Musk has repeatedly expressed his opinion about installing chips to people and technologies related to the implantation of computer chips into the body. As it turns out, he doesn't see anything wrong with it. Elon believes that it will improve the quality of people's lives and help them better manage their bodies and brains in the future. Many people think that the chip will be inserted under the skin and look something like this. But Musk is working to ensure that the neurochip can be implanted directly into the brain. However, he assures that with the help of this microchip, no one will control a person. On the contrary, a person will be able to control a computer with the power of thought, as well as quickly exchange information with other people who will have the same microchips. How do you like the idea? That's what Neuralink is working on right now. Musk also dreams of creating a high-speed transport of the future called Hyperloop. He plans to create unique capsules moving through pipes under a vacuum. The new transport will move people at a speed of more than 1,000 kilometers per hour, which is several times the speed of a conventional train. As of today, Hyperloop exists only in the head of Musk and on paper. Experts are very critical of this idea. They say that creating something like this is expensive, difficult, and even impossible. But Musk is sure that nothing is impossible in this life, and has proved it more than once. We will see who is right very soon. Not all of Musk's ideas can be implemented. For example, in 2017, he began a project to create tunnels, which can be used by cars to safely move from Washington to Baltimore and vice versa. But 6 years later, the project is still far from being completed. It is being delayed and postponed all the time, and it is unknown whether it will ever be possible to implement it. Recently, Musk announced the release of the first smartphone from Tesla. Who knows, maybe it's going to be Tesla Phone Pi 2023. Elon claims that this smartphone is so reliable that it will work even on Mars. This is possible because this smartphone will be able to connect to satellites. I can even predict that the prices will also reach the sky. However, we will find out about it soon, because Tesla reports that their smartphone will be available this year. A talented person is talented in everything, Musk thought, and released his own music track. It can hardly be called a masterpiece, but Elon likes it. What about you? Many people think that you need to choose between a career and a family. But Elon Musk is not just an entrepreneur. He is the father of 10 children. In his first marriage, Justine Musk gave birth to 6 sons. Firstly, she had her first child, then twins, and then triplets. His second wife, singer Grimes, gave birth to his son and daughter. In 2021, the top manager of Neuralink gave birth to twins from Elon. Although Musk did not marry their mother, he gave their children his last name. Elon Musk is quite loving, so it is possible that he will have more children. Moreover, not so long ago, he was seen together with the Australian actress Natasha Bassett, so it is quite possible that he has a new romance. One of his sons, who was born in his first marriage, decided to become a daughter. In fact, it's not exactly the case. Alexander decided to become Vivian, but he doesn't want to keep any connections with his father. Vivian went to court to change her surname in order to get rid of any form of kinship with her biological father. Neither Musk nor his transgender daughter comments on this decision, but it definitely has nothing to do with a sex change, because Elon has always treated this delicate issue with understanding. Perhaps Vivian just doesn't want to attract a lot of attention to herself, and her father's fame is too popular to bear it. Billionaires can afford not only to buy supercars for millions of dollars, but also to destroy them. One day, Elon crashed his McLaren F1. Of course, he was very upset at the time, about the same way you would be upset if you broke your favorite cup. As we all know, everything happens in life. And when you have billions, it's stupid to get sad because of a car worth $1 million. In general, Musk is not too attached to things. He values comfort and practicality more than luxury. Recently, he said that he moved into a fairly modest apartment, worth only $50,000. He feels calm and comfortable there. Musk's bold ideas are often criticized, but he does not pay any attention to them. However, the criticism from his idols was very painful for him. We are talking about astronauts Neil Armstrong and Eugene Cernan. He almost burst into tears in an interview when asked if he was offended by the words of these people criticizing his concept of the future. Elon said that it really hurts him to hear criticism from them, and said that he would like them to come to SpaceX and see with their own eyes all the steps of hard work. Many people were interested in the opinion of such a smart person as Elon Musk about God and religion. In addition, interviewers often asked him questions about it. The billionaire replied that he was well acquainted with the biblical scriptures, and many of the principles were close to him. For example, he believes that there is more sense in turning the other cheek to the offender and being able to forgive than fighting until the last drop of blood. But he doesn't believe that all the stories in the Bible are true. At the same time, he says that someone or something created the universe, and he is interested in finding out how it happened. But he thinks that the explanation should be scientific and based on some physical processes. Elon has a weakness. Sometimes he drinks a lot of energy drinks. When he is obsessed with some new idea, he feels sorry to waste time sleeping, so he often drinks Red Bull and other energy drinks. Many people suspect that SpaceX is cooperating with special services. It is quite possible that some secret government projects are being carried out under the cover of a commercial company. But there is no evidence of this. Elon does not look like a person who works for the authorities. Of course, he is actively interested in everything that is happening in the world and actively comments on what is happening on Twitter, but it's more like he just writes the first thing that comes to his mind. At the same time, his intelligence, unconventional way of thinking, and sense of humor made him the real king of memes. Musk often warns about the dangers that await our planet in the future, such as overpopulation, climate change, and much more. He is convinced that we should switch to environmentally friendly energy sources and move away from the use of fossil fuels. He also considers the colonization of Mars to be a necessary measure for the survival of mankind. However, Musk is an incorrigible optimist. He has no doubt that he will be able to create a future that will be more favorable for all living beings on the planet. How can he be that sure? Could he see our future? What if all his ideas are not a fantasy at all? What if he really came from the future to help humanity overcome all the challenges? Few people know that Elon Musk's homeland is South Africa. His father worked there as an engineer, and the entire childhood of the aspiring genius was spent on the African continent. Perhaps Elon would have lived his whole life in South Africa if there was no compulsory military service. Neither Elon nor his brother really wanted to spend a lot of time doing military affairs, so they decided to move to Canada with their mother to evade army service. It is unlikely that they have ever regretted it. After moving, Musk enrolled at the University of Quebec in Montreal. He obtained Canadian citizenship and later moved to the USA. Elon's mother was a model. Despite the fact that Elon and his brother stayed with their father after the divorce, his mother believes that she is one of the main reasons why Elon was so gifted. Why? Until the age of 10, she took part in his upbringing. In addition, May believes that Elon became a genius precisely because of her non-interference in education. This famous model says she has never been one of those mothers who read books to children, worry about whether they have done their homework, and ask how the day went. May was busy with her career, so she never had time to spend a lot of time dealing with her children's lives. May is sure that this is why all three of her children have grown up successful. Kimball is a restaurateur and entrepreneur. Tosca is a director. And you know everything about Elon. May calls herself a perfect mother, and her children share the very same opinion. Errol was not a strict parent either. At the same time, he was more interested in the lives of children, especially sons who had to go through their adolescence right next to him. Their father supported and encouraged boys in everything. He recalls that Elon seemed a bit withdrawn guy. He was excessively fond of reading, and sometimes he was so carried away by his dreams that he did not hear when someone was talking to him. Because of this unique feature, Errol even took his son to check his hearing once, but it turned out that there was no such problem. In general, Elon didn't have any problems, except that he was a really extraordinary person. They have always had a good relationship with their father. One day, the most famous media published articles with the following shocking title: Elon Musk's father said he was not proud of his son. In fact, journalists deliberately interpreted Errol's words to attract the attention of the audience. The father meant that he was not proud of Elon more than his other children. He always emphasizes that all three of his children are wonderful and unique, and he is not ready to choose the best of them. Talking about the brothers, they never faced any envy or rivalry between them. As often happens between brothers, the boys built toy rockets, rode bicycles, and even conducted chemical experiments while causing some funny explosions. Kimball has had an entrepreneurial streak since childhood. One day, he and Elon decided to sell Easter eggs. They knocked on neighbors' houses and offered to buy eggs at obviously inflated prices. Kimball said, "By buying our product, you support the future of American business." They managed to sell everything while Kimball did not deceive his customers.